What's going on, YouTubers? It's Natural Born Thriller doing an audio video about this one topic, this one topic alone. So bear with me here as I'm um getting ready for work. So really, WWE, really, are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't believe when I heard the reports. I couldn't believe the reports. Obviously, you could read the title and you could see, the images that I'm doing since I'm doing an audio and because I'm getting ready for work right now. But holy fucking shit. Either way, it does surprise me, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me because look what they've done to this guy. Bray Wyatt has been released by the WWE. Wow. So the last thing we'll remember of Bray Wyatt in WWE is him losing another WrestleMania match. Just keep in mind how many WrestleMania matches he's had and he lost them. WrestleMania 30. Fuckboy Buckethead John Cena. WrestleMania 31, The Undertaker. And this is no disrespect to The Undertaker at all. But this is all disrespect to John Cena because fuck John Cena. But The Undertaker beat Bray Wyatt. And now he didn't wrestle at WrestleMania 32, but he got buried along with a new up-and-comer Wyatt family member in Braun Strowman, who's a black sheep, and Eric Rowan. And luckily, Luke Harper wasn't one of those guys that got buried on that night too, because he was hurt during that time. And rest in peace to Brody Lee, by the way. But WrestleMania 33. Let's see, what's WrestleMania 33? Wasn't after that? Oh yeah, he was the WWE champion, going up against Randy Orton. And guess what happened there too? Not only the match was terrible, but the way it was done too. But he lost too. And then WrestleMania 34. Well, I can't remember if he wrestled WrestleMania 34 either. Unless it was during one of those times that he was taking time off. I don't remember. I don't recall. But I digress. I'm actually look it up too, but the point is, you look at his WrestleMania records, and no, I'm not going to count the Fiend, the whole Firefly Funhouse, the John Cena, because that doesn't really count because that was a cinematic match, and that is not even going to be in the record books of the Fiend Bray Wyatt being John Cena. That's not a legit wrestling match. That's not legit at all. It'd be like saying, Undertaker legitimately beat AJ Styles in the what's that? What they call that match called? The Boneyard match. And shout out to Ren, by the way. What the fuck is a Boneyard match? Just saying. It would like also saying that Matt Hardy beat Jeff Hardy in the final deletion, and that's could be in the record books. No, at the end of the day, it's not a real match. It's not a real wrestling match. It's not going to be in the real record books. At the end of the day, the point is that's not a legit win for Bray Wyatt. That's not a legit WrestleMania win for Bray Wyatt. So, I'm talking about his real matches. With guys like John Cena when he had his first match with him, and then even The Undertaker, and they were Randy Orton, and they were Randy Orton again for WrestleMania 37 this year. But is it 37 by the way? Or yeah, I can't keep track. I can't keep track anymore. Of how many WrestleManias it is. I'm pretty sure it was WrestleMania 37. But I'm gonna look it up either way. But okay, let me see. WrestleMania 37. Yes, it was that one. Okay, so right, WrestleMania 37. That's the WrestleMania 37 that Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, lost to Randy Orton again because of the distraction of Alexa Bliss. The same Alexa Bliss that he manipulated and all. But they doing a reverse psychology in the way of Alexa Bliss is the one who's in control the whole time. Whatever. I don't know. It's stupid how WWE does things because creative sucks in WWE, and not all of them are to blame because at the end of the day, this man always gotta fuck it up at the same time too. But my God, yeah. So let's count 4 WrestleManias Bray Wyatt's had, and he lost all 4 of them, 0-4. In fact, let me go back to those WrestleManias to remember. All right. So yeah, WrestleMania 36 again. That doesn't count. That okay. WrestleMania 37 he was not part of that. I mean WrestleMania. I mean WrestleMania 35. I should say WrestleMania 35. He wasn't part of that. He was gone during the time when he was building up the Fiend character that we didn't know about. I fact no, it wasn't during that year. Um, I was around the I believe it was around the year of WrestleMania 34. For 2018. I believe it was 2018. It was around that year that he was building up the Fiend character that we didn't know about, and we didn't know what they were doing during that time. Um, I'm pretty sure it was that year. I could be wrong, but don't quote me on that. Let me see. And I can't remember if that was one of his matches too. And he had one of the matches there too. I meant to say. No, I don't see Bray Wyatt on here either. Unless he was in the. Oh yeah, I remember he was in that pre-show. I'm pretty sure he was in the pre-show. Yes, he was. He was on the pre-show helping Matt Hardy. At the time, Woken Matt Hardy to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the pre-show. Yeah, it was during that year where Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy became a tag team. And then after Matt Hardy got hurt during that year, they was meant for Bray Wyatt and he was gone. So yes, it was 2019. 2019 it was when he started building up his the Fiend character. With all these vignettes and all that. So yes, I did have it wrong. So my apologies, folks. So yes, so he was part of WrestleMania, but it was on the pre-show though. I mean, but at the same time, can you recount the pre-show being WrestleMania? I think not because I got to bring up the whole thing of Neville versus Austin Aries from WrestleMania 33. Should have been on the card, but instead they put in the pre-show, and then what potentially be on the DVD, they excluded that out of the DVD. So yeah, the pre-show doesn't count. So if the pre-show doesn't count, then it's not it's not part of the show at all. It's just something for people to watch until they watch the real show. So, but yeah, but the point is, he lost to John Cena, he lost to The Undertaker, he lost to Randy Orton. He didn't compete at WrestleMania 34. He wasn't there for WrestleMania 35. He wasn't there for WrestleMania 35. He uh you know got a win over John Cena in the Firefly Funhouse, which that doesn't count for WrestleMania 36. That doesn't count as a win. You know, and then we get to WrestleMania 37, which ends up being his obviously his last WrestleMania, and loses. Now he has a match against Randy Orton, and I thought that was better than the match that he had from Randy Orton in WrestleMania 33. But that it still made no better because he still lost at WrestleMania because of a distraction from Alexa Bliss, where she's now in control and now taking over the Fiend character. Because I guess it's a Lily Lucian, right? That dumb doll that they came up with. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But let's and that's another thing. After he lost that match, he was gone, and we have no idea why he's been gone. Some people say he was gone because he's down with depression. He still can't handle the loss of his best friend in Brody Lee. Some say he just wanted time off because he's just depressed. Whatever the case may be. I don't know what's going on with his life. I don't follow his Twitter. I don't follow his Instagram. I don't know what. Hey guys, my apologies. Before I continue the rest of the audio, just wanted to say that I misled what I said. What I meant to say was is that I don't keep up what Bray Wyatt does on Twitter and on Instagram because I do follow him on Twitter and Instagram. So just want to briefly talk about that before I continue on with the rest of the audio that talk about Bray Wyatt and all that. So sorry about that, but let's continue. What he does and with his wife JoJo, which probably uh she's a nice piece of ass. No disrespect to Bray Wyatt, I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, I hope she's gone too. By the way, because she used to be a ring announcer for WWE, and she doesn't show up there no more because obviously she's got to take care of the baby now. Because I think they got now 2 kids now. I don't remember if they have 2 kids now, but they have a kid though. Which good for them. But yeah, but I hope she's gone from them too. If she's been gone from them, then yeah, that's good. you know. But anyways, but yeah, he's been gone for that long, and then we get this report that he's released. Now I don't know if he asked for his release or they just decided to just release him. And let's just say if they decide to release him. Why did you decide to release him now when you could have released him along with the other people that you've released? Why now? I don't know why now they did, and this is my theory too. Why they did because he probably asked for his release. I believe he asked for his release because he got, and this is my theory. It's my opinion. It's because he got sick and tired of how they've been poor booking this guy of his character when he first came in as the Wyatt family with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And then obviously they had them lost steam a little bit, but they started regaining those steams again. But then once we got to the thing with John Cena, that's when push came to shove, and then they ruined it. They ruined the Bray Wyatt character, and they started rebuilding him up again against Undertaker, only for him to lose, and then started rebuilding up of his character again against Roman Reigns, only from at the end of the day to lose to Roman Reigns, which I was not a fan of at that time of him losing to Roman Reigns. And then it's been up again where they have him going to WrestleMania with the rest of the Wyatt family, and they they get buried by The Rock and John Cena, the return of John Cena who look like a pencil neck, you know, and then they had to turn babyface on that one night, and but then he got hurt, and then they scrapped it, and then he has to come back to being a heel, and basically it's become an on and off push for Bray Wyatt where we're gonna go big for you, and then no, you're good, but you're not on the level of John Cena, you're not on the level of Randy Orton, you're not on the level of Triple H, you're not on the level of Roman Reigns, you're not even on the level of Seth Rollins. I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy has the talent. He's got the potential. He's got the gift to make you a lot of money and stuff. And it's been proven with the with Wyatt family's merch, and with him being the eater of worlds, and he's proven it. Even with the Fiend, I bought some of his merch. I never been big on the Fiend thing until it got to me. Yeah, I bought the music on iTunes, by Orange Code. I think that's the name of the band, or it's Code Orange. Either way. But I digress. And it basically it's a knockoff, of Captain Fly's theme song of the White Families, which they're calling it Let Me In. But that was great though. That was a great heavy metal version of that song, and the song's great either way. Doesn't matter who how what version you hear from it. It's great. It's good. But the Fiend got over. The Fiend character got over it and made them a lot of money with the lanterns. The Bray Wyatt head lanterns. And they even went on with the White Family Bray Wyatt. The Either Worlds. They stole those too. The lanterns. That's how over he was. That's how he was making them. That's how big he made the company with lots of money and everything. But um yeah, so he made them a lot of money with the Fiend, with the headed Bray Wyatt lantern and the belt. Remember the belt, the Fiend's belt that cost over $1,000, and then they lowered the price later on. Like, and some people bought the belts. The belt is supposed to look like a sick belt and all. It's but it's a terrible belt by the way. But it looks sick. It looks terribly sick. But that's the Fiend character. But yeah, he also sold T-shirts. He sold masks. The Fiend mask. Sold the gloves. So again, the headed lanterns. That's supposed to be the other head Bray Wyatt. The old Bray Wyatt. It was great, man. And they still managed to fuck it up. And how they fucked it up back at Hell in a Cell, the way they booked that Hell in a Cell match, which was poor, and they fucked over Seth Rollins' push of being a babyface, which it was so bad they had to turn him heel. So, and even with his heel run, Seth Rollins, it's the damage has been done because of him, obviously, because of the things he said. So in a way, Seth Rollins is fucked either way. So fuck Seth Rollins too. But what really ruined the Fiend was him losing to Goldberg of all fucking people at Saudi Arabia. And WWE think they were sick by that too, by having lose to him at Saudi Arabia because at Saudi Arabia it doesn't matter because the fans of Saudi Arabia will cheer for anything and root for anything. But there's some fans in Saudi Arabia will boo. I know I've seen I watched the show before. I've seen it. I've seen those crowds there. So not all of them are are from Saudi Arabia. Some of them maybe traveling to go to Saudi Arabia because they're diehard WWE fans to go there to because they support WWE taking blood money from Saudi Arabia and that shithole company. I mean that shithole country. Excuse me. Basically a shithole company are working with a shithole country. And this is not a knock to all those nice people over there. It's just I'm taking a knock to those that are bad and evil, especially the prince. Fuck the prince. But yeah, since he lost to Goldberg the way it was done, it was a shame match too. By the way, he hasn't been the same again. And yes, he's been a 2-time Universal Champion after that. But what happened to him after that? What happened after that? They have him lose to Randy Orton, getting burned to a crisp. But when he came back, he looked sick too. By the way, he came back looking all burnt and everything, looking like a burnt fiend version of Kane, which was great. But then we get to WrestleMania, and that was his last WrestleMania where he lost. And the way they did it too, where we saw Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, and they're staring at each other and all that. And then lights went out, came back on, and they were gone, and that was it. And the fans booed. So you can understand how people were upset of how poor they mistreated this guy, and now Alexa Bliss is the one is going to carry that banner of being the female fiend of the WWE because WWE in their eyes are saying Bray Wyatt is not the big star. We don't see Bray Wyatt as a big star. We see Alexa Bliss as the big star. So, and I'm talking about in pro wrestling. I'm not just talking about in WWE. They see Alexa Bliss being more of a big star than Bray Wyatt. To me, Alexa Bliss is overrated as fuck. She's not that bad of a wrestler, but she's not good either. You know. And this whole thing that they're doing with her, because I don't remember if I said this already, but again, I've seen a lot of girls in that type of outfits, especially on Halloween. And where it pertains to Alexa Bliss, she may pull it off, but where it pertains to the gimmick that she's doing, I'm not big on that gimmick with her. Because again, I've seen it with a lot of women's, and Alexa Bliss is no different, and it's no better. So, but hey, this is a pattern with WWE though. Whenever Bray Wyatt come up with something and they end up taking it away and they end up giving it to someone else. And Alexa Bliss is one of those people that they give it to someone that Bray Wyatt created and give it to the WWE, and they end up fucking it up at the end of the day because that's how they are, that's how they play, that's how they roll. They just let the fuck people of their creations and the fuck over their careers to benefit themselves because as that's not what they want, that's not what they created. So they wanted to do in a way to they could have their hands on it and to recreate it their own. It's been like that for years. It's been like that for years, and it's sickening. But basically, what pertains to everything that happened with Bray Wyatt, they basically told Bray Wyatt, "Fuck you," and fuck the fans as well. To those fans, to those Bray Wyatt fans, and I warned them. To those Bray Wyatt fans that bought the merch and all that, and I was one of them. Again, I was one of them. It's basically WWE told them, "Fuck you." Thanks for the money that we robbed from you. And there you go. And basically, but the biggest fuck you is to Bray Wyatt. That's the biggest fuck you I've ever seen. Taking that gimmick, the gimmick that he helped build and give it to them, and they fucked it up. Basically, saying that Bray Wyatt doesn't mean shit at all. And that's the sad part about it. First, his dad got released last year. Then recently, his brother got released. I'm shocked that they haven't released Liv Morgan yet, because Liv Morgan is dating Bo Dallas, and good for Bo Dallas, by the way, for finding a job, of being a real estate. He's doing a great job. Of what I've heard, he's doing a great job with that. So good on him. And I don't blame him for taking that type of job too, because WWE ruined his wrestling career too with his on and off push. It's been apparent with all these on these wrestlers that WWE fuck over their careers and their lives, physically and mentally, literally and figuratively. It's a mind fuck thing. That's why I think CM Punk left. Why I think why I think he hasn't come back after all these years. This company is a piece of shit. Running by a piece of shit people, like a Vince, like a Triple H, like a Stephanie, like a Kevin Dunn, and God knows who else. You know, but I digress. And yes, I haven't done all these type of videos for a while. For I should say for a long time, but this will be our first. Hopefully I'll do more of these again, and also I will be doing some catching up of some reviews of wrestling videos on which is Impact and AEW, especially I have recently, and I need to get do more of these recaps for in New Japan as well. But hopefully I'll get to all that. But still, um, hopefully I'll do more of these. But man, it's sad, folks. It is sad case that they did all this. So so sad. I don't know what to say at this point. All I can say is if Bray Wyatt, with him for Tonga, that's his real name. Um, if he's still interested in to continue wrestling, AEW, if you're listening, hopefully you give this guy a call, tweet him, wherever. I don't know how you can reach out to him and bring him in, because if anyone deserves a push in pro wrestling, is this guy, is Bray Wyatt, whichever he wanted to call himself, whatever, because obviously Bray Wyatt is a WWE name, but whatever name he'll come up with, he deserves the push. And I'm not just talking about with AW, but also if he also wants to go to maybe in New Japan, maybe again it's up to him, or maybe in NWA, whoever. But he deserves a push. He deserves to show everyone of what WWE should let him do when he was there, because it's a crime that this guy got over as he did, that no one expected him to get over, and WWE still manages to fuck it up, like they did with CM Punk, like they did with Bryan Danielson, like they did with among others. And I'm waiting for the day for Shinsuke Nakamura. Hopefully he does. I don't know if he still wants to work for that company, even though I don't agree with what they're doing with him right now. But I hope he's gone. He'll be gone for that company too. I just don't know if if he still wants to do something with his company after everything they did with him. But yeah, but back to with him Rotunga, if he does not want to continue to wrestle, and he wants to do other things instead, like because we all know about his theme character. We know he's supposed to be like a natural, like a supernatural type of character, like the Undertaker. Maybe he wants to go in Hollywood. Maybe he wants to do some horror movies. To be not only to be an actor, but also maybe be a producer or a director or whatever. He could or to write something. He could do that too. Whatever he does, after his 90 days of complete clause is up, I wish him nothing but the best, because he is good, he is talented, he is stupendous, he is a gift. Um, when it pertains to doing what he does best, he's got that gift. He's got it. He can talk, he can act. He is good. I wish him nothing but the best. And fuck you, WWE, for what you did. And that's all I gotta say for now, folks. With that being said, I gotta get out here. I gotta get ready to go to work. So thank you for listening. For It's Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets. I'll catch you all later. Take care.